Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Janet Crescent. I'm filling in for Justin Riley this week. Beer lovers, listen up. You're going to want to meet our next guest. World of Beer is coming to Madison. Even though they're the new kids on the block, they're not new to beer. With me, I have Oscar and Jeff. They are from World of Beer. Thanks for joining me, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
First, though, in the interest of full disclosure, we might not want to even, I don't know if you'll even talk to me. I've never had a beer. I've never had my own bottle, cup, or glass of beer. Will you still chat with me about your business?
I don't know. I don't know, though. Are you from Wisconsin?
I am, born and raised, too. I don't know how I've managed, right?
Well, you have to come in and try us out.
I think so. So tell our viewers what World of Beer is.
Well, World of Beer is it's a rapidly expanding franchise. We actually operate over 70 different locations in 20 different states. World of Beer is a uncommon establishment. We offer over 500 different, beer selections. We have a full menu of tavern fare food. We do live music every week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
That's awesome. I love the live music part.
Yeah.
That part I could do maybe.
Yeah. We partner with. Especially around here, there's a lot of different local breweries.
Yeah.
So a big part of our concept is that we partner with the local breweries to offer different tap takeovers, rare, brews that they offer, and also offer beer school to, customers that are coming in.
Now, I was looking at your website, and you do have a lot of beers. And I did notice that pretty soon you'll be able to say from A to Z. Right now, your last one ends in Y, so I think you got to work on a Z beer. But I couldn't believe how many. This is really an extensive list, and yet you're still going to be using beers from the local breweries?
Absolutely. We're going to mainly focus on our local breweries, mainly Wisconsin, and obviously Madison. Madison has a lot to offer. And so a mass majority of our local beers are going to be from Madison. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And craft breweries are definitely such a big hit right now.
Yeah.
So you're coming to Middleton. You're going to be the Greenway Boulevard area. What kind of jobs are you going to be bringing with you?
So I'm sorry, Jeff. We're going to have right around 120 different openings from the house servers all the way to bartenders, cooks, and management. So plenty of job openings coming.
And training too with these?
Yeah, they'll basically be focusing on, intense training for beer school, which is
beer school?
Beer school.
Yes.
It's actually a great program. After going through that, they'll know more about beer than 99% of the public. So it's a 2-week training course that they go through, and also focusing on tavern fare and presentation and all the different menu items that we offer.
Sure, let's talk about that. So you do have a menu, and I did take a little peek at that, and it is more than just pub chips and that kind of thing. Tell me more about your menu.
We have different offerings, but it's more of a higher end tavern food. So we'll have a Chimay burger, we have brat sliders, we have a giant pretzel, we have excellent chicken wings and flatbreads.
And salads. I saw you had salads too.
Yes.
The Wob Wedge is awesome. I love our salads.
The Cobb Wedge?
The Wob.
Like World of Beer Wedge.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I did notice, interesting thing about your menu is with everything on the menu, you offer what beer to pair with it.
Correct.
And I thought that it was kind of like, when they suggest a wine with your meal, you can suggest a beer. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's definitely, nice thing to offer. Because there's so many different options to choose from, so.
Exactly.
You have to give people some selection.
Very nice. We're just about out of time. When are you going to be open?
Mid-September.
Mid-September
Yes.
is the target date.
Yes.
Well, if you are a beer lover, and maybe even if you're not, check out World of Beer. They're coming to Middleton in September. And I saw that you had draft root beer, so maybe that's what I'll be having there. Thanks for joining me, guys. Good luck with your opening.
Thank you.
Appreciate you
Appreciate
coming
it.
in
for having
today.
us.
When we come back, we'll be talking with an emerging leader in bilingual training and education in our community, right here on Talk of the Town. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. Our next guest is making a difference in the lives of Latinos in our community. With me, I have Baltazar. He is the director over at the Latino Academy of Workforce Development. And he's also brought a special guest, one of their students. This is Marisol. Thanks for joining me today, folks.
Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity.
It's wonderful. I've been looking at your information online, and it sounds like you are doing some really great things for folks out there. Tell our viewers what the Latino Academy of Workforce Development is doing.
Yeah, the Latino Academy of Workforce Development, we are a grassroots program that provides education, training, and employment opportunities for the Spanish-speaking community in Dane County. We have, our students are normally from 17 years old to 75 years old. We have 3 semesters, just like any other institution, spring, summer, and fall. And we are the first step for many of our students before they go into Madison College. They come to Latino Academy where they feel comfortable so that later they can move on into Madison College or any other institution.
A very critical first step, and you've
Yes.
been with these folks all the way so far, haven't you?
Yeah.
So let's just chat briefly about some of the programs that you have.
The Latino Academy, we have 3 different areas. We have education, training, and employment. And as part of those areas, we provide ESL classes, GED classes, computer classes, ServeSafe, forklift training, and we also have a very important area which is workplace safety for the Latino community. Those are some of the areas that we do work with the Latino community.
Boy, it's kind of hard to decide which is more important. You know, the ESL, the GED, the training, the job opportunities, it's all so important. The computer work, you know, it's all important.
And I think the way how we see it is our students come, they say, what do I need now to get a job? And then as they keep getting jobs, then they keep improving and then advancing in their employment and also in their education.
Oh, so someone could come and then come back for more later. It
Yes.
sounds like, oh,
Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah.
Now, you wouldn't be able to offer this to these folks without the support of some partners. Let's give them a shout out. Who are the folks that are your partners?
First of all, Madison College, we do all our education, the majority of our education opportunities with Madison College.
Madison College.
We also work with the Workforce Development Board of South Central Wisconsin when it comes to employment. And we have a group of our steering committee, which I'm going to read just because these are very, very important partners. We have Madison College, the Latino Education Council, Wisconsin Literacy, Wisconsin Women's Initiative Corporations, the Latino Chamber of Commerce, OSHA, the Workers' Rights Center, Unique, and Stevens Corporation. We're also part of the Construction Employment Initiative, and that's formed by the YWCA, the Urban League, Operation Fresh Start, Foundations for the Trades, Construction Training, Inc., and the Workforce Development Board of the South Central Wisconsin. And I'm almost done. We're also part of the United Way Higher Initiative, which is part of Literacy Network, YWCA, Omega School, Madison Area Urban Ministry, Centro Hispano, and the Urban League. And I know there are a lot of people, but we need those partnerships to be able to succeed.
You do, and so I think it's worth mentioning, absolutely. Couldn't be done without them.
Yep, it couldn't be done.
You have a new program, I noticed on your website. It's a partnership with Stevens Construction.
Yes.
Tell us just a little bit about that, and then Marisol will tell us about her experience with it.
Excellent. Yeah, this program, the bilingual construction program, was created with the help of the City of Madison and the Construction Employment Initiative. This is the first time that we have that type of program. We already graduated 2 cohorts. 25 graduates, the first one, 11 graduates, the second cohort. And Marisol, she's one of our students, and the program is also funded by United Way of Dane County. So Marisol is one of our great students who graduated from that cohort. Stevens offered jobs to 10 of our 11 students who graduated.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
So this is a way for folks to get experience and maybe a job.
Yes.
And Marisol, when I looked at the graduation pictures, I saw there were many women, and congratulations to you. We
Thank you
just
so
have a
much.
few seconds left. Briefly, tell me what your experience was like.
It's a great experience. It's a great opportunity Academia Latino get to the community, especially the Latino community. And I have I enjoy the days in class. It's 2 weeks in class. They are tutoring. And the last week we do like a hands-on. They're teaching you how building a wall, how building a window, to a wall, how you cut some wood,
Sure.
welding, so many things, and it's great. And we don't see so many women doing this type of job, and it's kind of nice and great. I enjoy the group, and I'm really excited because I have another woman enjoy the same group, and I'm really happy to do something like this. And hopefully some more women decide enjoying something like S construction.
Very interesting, and congratulations to you. And good luck
Thank
with
you.
your construction career. You sure don't look like it.
Thank you.
We are out of time. Thank you so much for telling us more about the Latino Academy of Workforce Development. Very interesting. Congratulations on your work. We need to take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll be talking about hybrid electric vehicles. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. As America tries to reduce our dependency and consumption of foreign oil, we're seeing more and more hybrid electric vehicles on the road these days. So if you have one or you're thinking about getting one, you're going to want to meet our next guest. With me, I have Steve Clausen. He's from Clausen Automotive and, more importantly, the Hybrid Shop. Thanks for joining me today, Steve.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
So isn't that right? Hybrid vehicles, they're out on the street more and more these days.
Oh, there's a lot more of them on the street these days.
That's
yes.
great. And so what you've done with your automotive shop is you've added a new, I guess a new section of it or a new business part of it called the Hybrid Shop.
That's correct.
Tell us about that.
The hybrid shop is actually a fractional part of our business. It's a franchise out of Virginia. So far, there's 31 of us in the United States that have joined on. All high technical shops because of the type of business that this is. And it gives us the technical training and the proprietary equipment to work on the vehicles, diagnose and repair them, and be able to repair and recondition the hybrid battery.
Okay, so I have to admit, now I don't have a hybrid electric vehicle, well, not yet, and I've never really thought about the maintenance. So what does your hybrid shop offer that a regular shop couldn't do, I guess?
Well, again, we have the proprietary equipment that's provided by the hybrid shop and the training to diagnose and repair the hybrid vehicle. We have equipment that nobody else has that allows us to test the electric motors, test the inverter, test the generator, and diagnose those, and actually look into them to see what state of health they are at.
Okay, so these vehicles do require some specific tools and training, it sounds like.
Right.
What kind of problems are people experiencing with their vehicles? What kind of failures?
Well, the biggest failure that people have with hybrid vehicles, of course, because they have a high voltage battery in them, and everything that we are all familiar with as far as batteries, eventually you have to change them or charge them. So what we have is the equipment to diagnose that, again, like I said, and we have the availability to recondition that battery and or rebuild it, saving our customers lots of money. If you look at the most popular vehicle on the street, it's the Toyota Prius, of course.
Sure.
A new battery for that vehicle is $3,500. We can recondition it for around $1,500, saving our customer $2,000.
Okay.
Which is a lot of money.
It is, it is. So the battery, it is plays a major role in the operation of these vehicles. And you mentioned reconditioning the battery. What is that? How does that work?
Basically what we have is, again, the equipment that we can, what happens to the battery is over time, of course, they lose their charge and they crystallize. They have, like a Prius has 28 different cells in it, and those cells all have to be balanced. So over time, they go out of balance, they lose their charge. A cell will go bad and we have to go in and replace a cell, and then go in and recondition the rest of the cells and bring everything back to balance.
Okay. Are there symptoms that the owner should be kind of heads up about that would...
The biggest symptom that people start to see is lack of fuel economy.
Oh,
Again, on a Prius, they'll run somewhere in the vicinity of 50 miles to a gallon when they're operating perfectly. When they start to degrade, that mileage will start to go down. People come in with, they might be saying, well, I'm getting 34, I'm getting 40. That's the biggest symptom people see. The other thing that you'll see is, if you pay attention, is you'll see the gas motor running more than the electric motor. And
okay.
that means your battery's degrading.
That's really interesting. What do you see as the future for these kinds of vehicles?
Basically, at this point in time, the government mandates that will say, again, Toyota, that their whole corporate average fuel economy rating right now is about 27 miles to the gallon. In 2016, that goes to 34, and in 2025, it goes to 54.5. So what we believe is you'll see a lot more hybrid electric vehicles. You're also going to see totally electric vehicles more and more all the time.
Well, that kind of mileage sure does sound good. I know I'm not getting that right now with my vehicle. We're really about out of time already. How can folks find you?
You can find us at 2118 South Stoughton Road, Madison, Wisconsin. You can find us on the web at ClausenAutomotive.com, and we do have a dedicated hybrid page on our website.
Very nice. Really nice meeting you, Steve.
You too. Thank you, Janet.
This is Steve Clausen. He's with Clausen Automotive and the Hybrid Shop. We're taking a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll separate fact from fiction with flu shots. That's a lot of F's. Right after this. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. Here we are with our final guest today, saving the best for last, maybe, huh?
Thank you.
Well, flu season, it runs from October to May, but since getting your vaccination ahead of the season, it can actually be a helpful thing. I don't think it's too early to start talking about flu vaccination. So with me, I have Dr. Eric Hewitt from the Medicine Shop Pharmacy in Monona. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so we hate to say it, but yeah, flu season is around the corner.
Yes.
And why is it important?
You know, a lot of people might think it's a little early, like you had mentioned. You know, a couple of things with that, though. Insurance companies, including Medicare and all the experts that deal with this stuff, recommend that you get it as soon as it's available. And most times that is the month of August. I know we get our vaccine in August. And the idea behind that is that it takes about 2 weeks to kind of kick in and be fully effective and preventative for the flu. And really the season, they have seen the flu season hit as early as September. And so it's really one of those things where, you know, the sooner it's available, the sooner you can get it, the better. And basically what you're doing is just protecting yourself against a nasty, you know, flu virus that can knock people down and put people in the hospital, and in severe cases actually cause death in certain people.
Sure, in extreme cases,
Yeah.
right. So if you're going to get it anyway, you might as well get it earlier, right?
Exactly,
Is what
exactly.
it sounds like you're saying.
Yep.
So let's talk about the populations. Who
Yep.
should be getting it?
So there's only a few small populations that are not going to be eligible for it. And first of all, that's babies under the age of 6 months of age. So with those types of people, you're going to want to do what they call a cocoon effect, or make sure that everybody that comes in contact with somebody that age is vaccinated to prevent the exposure there. And then there's also the people that have a severe allergy to eggs, because there are eggs used in the process of producing the vaccine. So if you have a severe allergy to eggs, or are, you know, have a child that's less than 6 months old, those are two main categories of people that probably should pass on it.
You know, that's really an interesting way to do it. Instead of talking about who needs it, to just talk about who doesn't, and it's kind of everybody else.
Exactly. We really push that at the pharmacy to vaccinate whoever is eligible for it. Definitely get it.
And now there are different options these days, so tell me about that.
Sure. Obviously, there's the shot. I mean, that's obviously the thing that's going to come, you know, first to people's minds.
Yes.
There's also nasal sprays, and there's also an intradermal, which just means it's just under the skin. It doesn't go all the way into the muscle like the typical flu shot does. There's different age considerations for those types of things as well. So definitely have a conversation with your doctor, your pharmacist, to figure out which one is best for you.
So there is differences in efficacy, or is it just comfort, or?
It's sometimes it's comfort. Sometimes it's what it's been studied and what it's approved for. You know, like I said, the one under the skin, you have to be over 18. The nasal spray, you have to be over 2 years of age. So for those other special age groups, you know, it tends to be, you know, something where it just hasn't been studied in those age groups, and they want to keep it to that. But as far as efficacy is concerned, they're all going to have pretty much the same efficacy.
All right. And if folks received one last fall, they need another one this year?
Correct. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I know. It's never a good you know, thing. You know, never get excited about going to get a shot, but yeah, they have different strains that they pick every year that they feel are going to be the most prevalent in the flu season, and so the flu shot for this season will be what they feel is going to be most prevalent. So you need to kind of get that flu shot every year to maintain your coverage.
The flu du jour.
Yes, exactly, if you will, yes.
And August isn't too soon. You said you're already receiving them this month, or you will be.
Absolutely, and I've seen advertisements for other pharmacies and clinics and stuff like that starting to come on board as well. August, like I said, is really the big shipping month for those vaccine producers to get it out there. And like we talked about before, the sooner, if you're going to get it, the sooner the better to make sure you're covered.
All right. What are some of the insurance considerations when you're thinking about getting your flu shot?
I always recommend, we've talked about this in other, shows and different aspects, always check with the pharmacist. They can always be, a great resource for that to make sure there's coverage there. A lot of insurance companies these days are covering vaccines not only at the doctor's office, but also at pharmacies because it's a little bit easier for access.
Sure.
You don't have to make a big appointment. You don't have to go to a specific flu shot clinic. At the medicine shop, we do a drop-in basis when we get our vaccines.
That is really good to know.
Yeah.
We're about out of time. How can folks find you in Monona? Where are you?
We are located right on Monona Drive, at 4205 Monona Drive, right by Winnicler Road.
And you'll be there.
I will be there.
Thanks, Eric. Always good to chat with you. Thanks to all of our guests, and thank you for watching Talk of the Town. We'll see you next time on the CW57.